So what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to XYPerspective. So we are back with another episode. And with this episode, we are going to be talking about something a little bit spicy today. It's going to be something that is pertaining to the other side, the other sex, the other
dark side.
The dark side. So yeah, we're just going to be talking about like relationships and stuff like that between a man and woman, and how it'll affect when it comes to friendships, and how men, and sometimes women too, they lose friends while being in a relationship. So, all right, that's basically what we're gonna cover today. Oz, would you like to get anything out before we start?
Yes. So hello there. Thank you for joining on another episode. And yes, we are talking about how women, or your other part, basically your other half, how they affect your friendship, how your relationship affects your friendships, within yourself. So we're going to be talking about the straight way, I guess, and also how in the gay community it affects as well. So it's going to be a little different than men mental health, but at the same time, we know that having a best friend it really makes a difference in life.
It really does.
And when you are tested, or basically given the ultimatum to have your friend or have your other half, then that can be really crucial.
So this time we're actually going to start off with the memes. And you want to start off with the first meme?
Yes. So the first meme is basically a guy and a girl that are in a relationship. And behind the guy, it's, I guess, the homies. There's about 5 guys just in the back looking at them, kind of saying like, hey, this is it. We broke up. The friendship broke up. And it basically says, when you lose a friend because of a relationship. So basically, the woman came into the picture. Now is the woman and the guy in a relationship, and then the homies are forgotten. They're over. They're canceled. They're history, basically. Now, this meme also, it shows the guy hugging the girl, but the girl has scratched his arm.
She's clawing the shit out of his arm, dude.
She did some damage. So I don't know what this means, if he's like in danger and he needs to blink twice, or if it represents that she cut his friends out of him physically.
That could be the representation of that, but I mean, there's a lot that can be interpreted in this meme. Like, yeah, there is him leaving his friends, and his friends seeing, hey, we lost a homie because he got a girl, and how the way she is scratching the living hell out of the dude could also be symbolized that the relationship is dummy toxic, and sometimes people just stay in it regardless of how toxic the other person is. Like, and that's another thing too that I think a lot of people are not preaching too heavily, is that they think that only men can be toxic, but women can be just as toxic, if not more toxic sometimes. It's crazy. It is crazy. But no one's gonna talk about that. Not nowadays. No way.
Yeah.
Because it's, again, if a man is experiencing it, and based off our last video about how men men hide depression really well, like, they're definitely going to hide the fact that they're in a toxic relationship. Like, they're not going to talk about their girlfriend or their fiance or their wife saying, yeah, she beats me and stuff like that. Like, no, they're not going to say that, because it's one, it's hard to say, yeah, and two, it shows the weakness. Like, that's what they feel. They feel as though they'll show the weakness. Like, wow, you're letting a woman beat you? Like, but that's why it's so hard. It's really hard. And it's seeing that meme, I'm like, damn. It's like, it's dark, but hey, it's the truth. Like, there are some people out there, some women out there, and men too, like, that they're just dummy toxic, and we gotta be careful. We gotta be careful who we partner up with, because it's dangerous. It's dangerous if you are in that situation, and definitely speak up about it.
Right. It goes both ways. So we're not just saying it's females being toxic.
Yeah, it's not just females being toxic. Men can definitely be toxic too. I'm pretty sure a lot of men can be toxic too in the gay community as well.
Oh yes, a lot more.
Mhm.
But you forgot to say hashtag dummy thick toxic.
Yo, you're right.
Because she's like Wolverine on him right now, and I feel bad
Yeah,
for it. Like I don't know what's going on in this meme because I didn't even see it when I first brought up the meme,
yeah.
and then once I looked at it, I was like, "What the hell?" But it brings a good topic. So first of all, he loses his friends over the girl, which tends to happen. Whatever. But then again, he rather be with her because it's, I guess he gets love that he doesn't get from the homies, if it makes sense. And we're not just talking about like sex. We're talking about like, that relationship love that you have with one person. But at the same time, he's kind of stuck in there because he's suffering, or she's suffering. I guess he's suffering because he's getting clawed, but at the same time he doesn't want to speak out because then it's going to be seen as weakness, or he's going to be seen as sensitive, emotional, and he
Yep.
should just man up. So, and you see these kind of relationships everywhere. You even see them in public. Like, you don't even have to know these people, but
Yeah.
you can see where one of the persons is like the toxic one, and the other one is like, well, I really don't have any other option, so I'm just gonna stay in this toxic relationship and hope for the best.
Yep.
So, but yeah. So, all right, moving on to the next one. You want to pick the next one?
Yeah. So let's talk about. Let's see, my boy Kermit. This one's really nice. I like this one. When your best friend gets a girlfriend and forgets about you, and then it just shows Kermit just like, damn, all forever alone.
This
I'm
meme
pretty
is just
sure. Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure a lot of people can relate to this because not even getting a girlfriend yourself, or getting a spouse yourself, or getting a boyfriend yourself. It's more so your best friend getting someone, and you want to hang out with them because you're like, hey, let's go hit up the town, let's go see what's going on, let's go to the museum, let's go do some shit that we normally do just for fun. And they're like, nah, I gotta hang out with the lady today. Nah, I gotta hang out with my boyfriend today. Like, basically all the plans is like, damn. When they have someone, it's gonna be harder to plan something together because they're gonna revolve their time around their partner. And of course, that's nice, But it's like, oh man, now you can't even hang out with your best friend anymore.
yeah.
You
This one is more intensified because it's not just losing a friend, like you're mentioning. It's losing a best friend.
Mm-hmm.
Someone that you talk to all the time, you fight, you love them each other, and then a female or someone else comes in, and all that is just put in hold, and eventually it just gets canceled, deleted,
Yep.
and that was it. And now you feel empty, and yeah. So I can speak for this. I have lost a lot of friends due to the other halves of the friends, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And it really takes a toll because you're accustomed to do certain things every day. You wake up, you eat, whatever, you go to work, and then you have that I guess that moment where you instantly want to call or you want to text someone, your best friend, and then you're like, oh wait, we don't do that no more. That doesn't happen. That's done. And it does affect you greatly in the long run. So then
Yeah.
you're very careful of how you pick your friends, and then if you do manage to stay in contact with that friend, then it goes back to that first meme that we cover, how you as a best friend see how toxic that relationship is, and you tell your best friend about it or you don't tell your best friend about it, and all you can do is just be there. And
Mm-hmm.
eventually something happens or eventually nothing happens, and it's sad. I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
like, from your perspective, has this happened to you? Any experiences?
No, honestly. Well, on the receiving end, I don't, not really. Like, if I ask a friend, like, hey, let's hang out, then instead of them telling me, oh, I gotta hang out with my partner or something, and they would tell me, oh, I gotta go to work that day. So that's more work than it is with their relationship. But for me, there have been times where they would ask me, like, hey, do you want to hang out? And I would say, oh, nah, me and the lady we planned that day. Or honestly, truth be told, if I actually don't want to hang out with them, I would use that excuse too. I would actually use that excuse too. I'd be like, "Oh no, me and the lady, we actually planned to do something that day." When really, she doesn't even know about it. I don't even know about it. I'm literally waking up late just to wake up late and be lazy. Um,
Oh my god.
but other than that, no. I mean, in terms of like guy time and all that stuff, like I'm so grateful for my wife because she actually gives me the guy time that I need if I want to hang out with my friends or something. Of course, I let her know so that she when she sees that I'm not there, like in the house, she knows that I am somewhere.
Yeah. So one thing about you is obviously, which is kind of, I guess, a small percentage or is just rare. Basically, your wife is supportive of you hanging out with friends of the same gender and the opposite gender. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct. 100%.
So that is good. That's what we want to happen, at least. Because, like I mentioned, whatever the gender, the orientation, whatever. And when you get into a relationship, there's some kind of boundaries that take place, and then you end up losing friends, and then, which is not good. And then from there, it also goes on hand as you age. So we know that when you're in high school and school, like elementary, middle school, you have all these friends. Then you get into college, you lose like 90% of them, and then as time goes by, then you end up with like 1% of friends. And then the other half, like I was saying, is mostly pets or plants as your friends, as your hobbies, what you deal with. But that is great from your perspective that, your spouse is very supportive.
What about you and your husband?
So I'm going to give you an example of mine. So one of my best friends, he's straight, and he married this woman that I despise. But anyway, so they got married. Before they got married, I told him, I was like, hey, I'm your best friend, and I'm telling you that this is not gonna work out, but I fully support you. And then they got married anyways. So anyway, 6 months later, they got divorced, and I was really happy for that because it was a win-win. He got divorced from that woman, and then I got to get my best friend back. But then a month later, he met someone else, and then he moved to a different state.
Oh, damn.
So, I mean, now he's happy, but he's in a different state. And then before that, he was, happy at first and then not happy, but he was in the same state that I'm in. So either way, I feel like I lost him twice. And now, we still talk to each other. It's one of those friendships, like you were mentioning, that you talk to each other like once a month, or it can go longer. And it just goes back in place. But it is sad at the same time. Then, that they get someone else and then they move on or they leave and then you can't hang out with them. But in my perspective, from my counterpart, he's very open to me having any kind of friend. It could be a female, it could be a straight man, a gay man, it could be whatever friend I want to have. So that's good as well. Now, the one bad thing that I guess is bad and good and bad is that my counterpart doesn't really have that many friends. So that in there kind of at first is kind of weird because you want to, when you have parties or your birthdays and you want to say like, hey, I'll invite my friends, you invite your friends, or is your friend coming over or whatever, and there's like the only option that there is just family. So on that one, I'm okay with, but then at the same time, it's kind of weird. How would you feel if your counterpart didn't have any friends? Just family members?
Just family members? Honestly...
No friends, not like zero. Zero.
So, personally, I wouldn't mind. Like I would say it's really entirely up to her if she wants to have friends or not. If she's happy with no friends, then let her have no friends. But if she's happy, and I mean, if she wants friends to be happy, then of course, we'll. I don't know how you can really fix that besides go to like social gatherings, and we're in a time of COVID, so that's gonna be a whole different.
That ain't happening.
Yeah. But no, I mean, I don't think she would go crazy if she didn't have any friends, but I don't think she would like to not have friends either. I think it's. I mean, I don't know. I can't really speak for her though, because you never know.
Yeah. I think it's more of a per case.
Mm-hmm.
Because some people, like my man here, he doesn't have any friends and he's fine. He does his thing. He hangs out with my friends and then his family, and it works.
Mm-hmm. But
now,
to be clear, though, sorry to cut you off, but to be clear though, she actually does have friends. It's just a matter of speaking if she doesn't.
Wait, what?
She does have friends. It was just in this manner of speaking when you asked, like, as if she doesn't have friends. But no, just to clear things up for everybody watching, she does have friends.
No. I said, what if she didn't have any friends?
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Yeah, but like we mentioned, at the same time, it all depends by the person, I guess. But what we're trying to talk about in this episode is to make sure that we do our best to allow the other person to have friends, to do whatever they want. And if there is like that person that is kind of being toxic in their relationship or starting stuff like that, we should be able to talk about it and then address it. Say like, hey, like this person is your friend, but it feels like they're trying to instigate stuff. And then we gotta, make a cut, get different friends or something like that.
Yep.
Yeah. Alrighty. All right. So, are we doing the video meme as well?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So go ahead and we're gonna play it. We're gonna mute it because we're gonna play it on the video. If it makes sense. All right. So go ahead and I guess narrate what they're doing just for the people that are not watching.
Oh yeah, all right. So basically, it's going to be a guy. So his friends are coming in, dressed up in nice suits. Basically, they're trying to interact or reenact a funeral, and the guy's clearly alive. But the only thing is, the reason why they're doing this is because the gentleman himself has a girlfriend. So the girlfriend sees these four guys walk in suits, just basically shushing the homie, and she knows what's going on. She's like, nope, you cannot have him back. And then the homies are crying because they lost one of their own. And you see one guy in the side trying to fight her, but the guy's like, it's not worth it. It's not worth it.
Oh my god.
Video. I love it. I love it so much.
But basically it shows how the friendship ends, and it shows everyone's perspective from the homies, from the guy and the girl, whatever the case is.
Oh yeah.
But shout out to the owner of this video, Mr. Oleg Force. We'll leave his link below, so if you want to, shout out and say hi to him, credit to him. Alrighty, but that's basically it on this episode. Here is we try to do a little different because I know we went in depth on what is a man on the first episode, then depression. So we're trying to do a little different, and then we can get back to more serious topics. But like we mentioned, we have a lot of topics in mind. But yeah, so before we say our farewell, what episode do you want to talk about? Next episode, what topic?
Oh, the next episode that we could talk about? How about, it's going to be heading towards your way, into your lane. So it's going to be talking about the day in the life of a gay man.
The
How it
day
is
in the life of a gay man.
like growing up with so many, because back then when we were younger, being gay was a whole different story than it is now. Like,
Absolutely, yes.
so just
Wait.
hearing, like getting an episode that for you to talk to us about what happened back then, and then me to give my insights to how it was for being a straight man, knowing what's happening with gay people. I think it'll be really, really, really cool to hear, really cool to see.
Okay. So I guess we could call it men and how, well, I don't know if we call it, because you call it the day of a life of a gay man, but that's mostly on my side. But we also want to talk about the perspective of straight men and gay men.
Yeah. The title, we can title it
We could say straight man and the gay side.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say, should we do hetero versus homo type of thing?
Well, we're not competing.
Yeah, it's not really competing.
But like I mentioned, the main thing is trying to get the perspective of a straight man when it comes to the gay part, the gay life, I guess.
Yeah.
Straight man in the gay side. We'll call it like that for now. We might change it later. But the next episode will be about how straight men interact or have dealt with, or how they feel about the gay side, the gay community, I guess.
Yeah. I like what you said about the title, the straight man and the gay side.
Yeah.
I think that's actually pretty cool. Yeah, I think I like that.
And that is a very, very broad complex, because it's not just about the gay people, it's about men
overall
being kind of gay, if it makes if it makes kind of sense.
Yeah.
Because I was talking to this about my partner, and I was like, when straight men are caught or like to have sex with gay men or men in general, I finally discovered that it's not about the straight men being gay, attracted to men. It's about men being attracted to femininity. Because a lot of these macho straight guys that have sex with gay men or men in general, normally, like when you watch porn, they normally have the other guy is wearing like lingerie, like sexy lingerie. And they're wearing like a wig and heels and the whole shebang like a female. So my perspective is that we're all gay in a way, a little gay for some people, and then a lot of gay for most people. But anyway, so that's one small part of the next episode, but then also how, like we were mentioning, how straight men react and deal with the gay community.
Oh yeah, so it's gonna be pretty juicy, guys. So if you guys want to catch us on, just hit that bell notification, subscribe to us, follow us, talk to us, because we definitely would love to hear from you, and we would love to talk to you. So yeah, definitely stay tuned, because we're going to be covering a lot of spicy topics, and it's not going to stop.
Yes. So remember to use the hashtag XYPerspective in social media in the comments below, so that way we can find your hellos, your questions, your hate, your love, everything. But anyways, until next time, deuce, peace out.
See ya, guys.
Bye.